Welcome to the Bluecast, where I, your host, True Blue, aka Alex, alongside my co-host, Ink Nova, aka Terrence, talk with our cast of friends about whatever you want. Today's not actually the Bluecast, today's the Source Cast, alongside our dear friend, Caesar, aka Source. Welcome back to the... I was going to say the Bluecast, but it literally just says the Source Cast. Welcome back to the podcast.
Hello. Good to be back.
I would say in between last month and now, but I'm going to be honest, nothing really happened. There's a Pokemon Presents.
I missed
Long Raikou.
I missed the Val fucking podcast. the one for Julie.
Yeah.
I'm sad I missed that.
Yeah, I was gonna say I genuinely don't think like anything interesting happened in between last podcast and now.
Julie explained the half-life lore. I could have done that. For the full
Anyway,
hour.
this month, this is a big one for the nerds. We're doing Nintendo consoles. We're doing all of them. We're doing all of them. Including the Virtual Boy. We're doing all of them.
Wait, no.
The Virtual doesn't count.
It's a console. Yeah. Virtual Boy's a console.
It was just forgotten.
It was bad. It was still a console.
Yeah. Okay. Well, we can start with the first one. Well, do you want to do the first like Game Boy?
Well, the first... Okay, well, we can do Arcade and Game & Watch, or we can go to the NES.
Whatever order for you.
That's That's like the order of like the timeline. Unless you want to go handhelds first and do like Game Boy Color, Game Boy Advance.
Let's just mix them all together. So just do handheld and consoles.
All right. Well, I'm gonna be honest. Hot take: most NES games kind of suck.
Nuh-uh.
I'm sorry. Listen. I love OG Mario. Lost Levels and Mario 2, mid. All the Zelda games, Metroid 1, pretty mid. I enjoyed Metroid 1, I won't lie. But don't get me started on the original Zeldas.
But they're good.
I'm gonna be honest, OG Kid Icarus was a slog to get through.
Dude, and you ever play Punch-Out, though?
Okay, no, I'll give you that. NES Punch-Out's goated. That game is great.
That was so fun.
NES Punch-Out is really good. It's better than the other version, the SNES one.
Okay, the Wii version.
Never got around beating it.
I'm gonna be honest, Super Punch-Out, I don't know what it is. I think the NES one is just so much better.
Yeah.
Honestly, yeah.
Nintendo's 8-bit console, they had some bangers mixed in, but a lot of it was mid.
I mean, you gotta also think it's one of the first things at the time. Like,
yeah, it was the 8-bit console first of of its kind. Like, I get it.
So I gotta give it respect for that. Gates came out.
I do respect all the classic accessories. Those were all fun.
Oh,
the Zapper. I love
the Zapper.
Those. I love the amount of like when I was little, the amount of plug and play like Zapper like games I had.
Mm-hmm.
Too many.
I never got around to playing it. I just seen them. I kind of want to own one now.
I absolutely love it. And then I think Rob is just really cool conceptually. The games were whatever, but I think having just like a little, literally a robotic buddy, and he would just play the game with you. Like, I don't know, so something about it's just fun.
See, I remember seeing the games that came with Rob. Kind of dookie, Rob, but it's still super cool.
Also, I think the OG, everyone is like, oh, the NES. I think I like the OG Famicom just visually better.
Oh yeah.
I don't know, something about it just has a charm
like
that I think the NES doesn't have.
Being out. When
yeah.
You're playing, that's a charm.
Yeah. And those cartridges in Japan were so much better looking.
Honestly, Nintendo has a theme with just having better cartridges in other countries, especially Japan's. I got nothing else to say about NES. It was just the first, and it was good. Good first time.
And we can't forget about the controllers.
It was very simple, and I really adored that.
The NES controllers were super simple, but my god, do I love them.
Really?
I'll shit talk the games without a thing, but I adore the NES control. I don't know what it is, but like you just clicking the buttons. So it's like the oddly satisfying thing when you have a clicky keyboard, yet they don't really click too much. But it's just there's something about them. There's something about them. I think it's just they're a perfect rectangle, and that just like satisfies me. Because you don't find perfectly shaped controllers.
Not anymore. Well, hey, simplicity.
Don't get me started on N64.
Oh yeah.
Don't get me started on that. That's a whole. Well, that's like 20 years down the line.
We'll get to
You will get to it.
Get it later.
Terrence, anything you want to say about the NES?
It was a console.
It was console.
I liked it.
I know you're gonna have shit to
Nothing
say on the
much about
SNES though.
Ah.
Wait. There's something before the SNES.
Oh yeah, no, yeah.
Speaking of, I don't think I have an original one. I've always played with an Advance and SP.
Oh, a Game Boy?
Yeah.
Well, I also play via Game Boy Advance, but my thing with the original Game Boy, I feel like no one ever talks about it. It's kind of big. Like
It's
for a
huge.
handheld, it's pretty
It's a
big.
bit chunky.
Again,
I get
like
it.
really new.
Yeah, I get
A new concept. New concept.
But now when you take it out in today's world, it's like. Damn,
Well,
it's
I
shit.
think the craziest thing is if you look at the OG Game Boy and then the Game Boy Color, like the Game Boy Color is already so much smaller.
Yeah, way slimmer.
It's like looking at like the OG DS and then the DS Lite. Like so much slimmer.
Oh yeah, I forgot there was such a difference.
Yeah, you forgot about the
weird
monster
difference.
that was the actual OG DS that no one talks about.
I have the OGD.
Dude, that thing is a monster.
Speaking of, and the games
It's right next
too.
to me, actually.
Game Boy
Mario.
games. Oh my god, I
It
never
was just-
realized how goated the Game Boy
It's a big
library
square.
was.
I played more.
a
Again,
bunch
I
of
played more of the
games.
advanced games.
I've played a fair bit of OG Game Boy games, and I've really enjoyed them.
Most Game Boy games like Tetris, Mario
Dude.
Land.
Okay, no,
Mario
I will die on this hill. Game Boy Tetris is best Tetris, hands down. No contest. I will die on that hill.
Difference. No. You know what was my favorite? Definitely the NES Tetris. That was my favorite Tetris.
All right. I can live with that. Dude, there's something about it on Game Boy that I'm just like, oh my god, it's perfect. It's something about just perfect.
Again, so that charm. So there's always a charm with the older games.
Also, fun fact, I learned this recently. By recently, I mean yesterday. There's a Game Boy game with Adam Sandler on the box art.
Okay.
It's a Game Boy Color game. Adam Sandler's Little Nicky for the Game Boy Color, and it's genuinely one of the funniest games that I learned about.
I want to see it now.
I'll put in the thumbnail too, but I'll send you. I will send you. This is the literal box art. This is the box art. Like I just want to preface that. Here you go. Here's Adam Sandler's Little Nicky for the Game Boy Color. That's real. That is real.
I love the dog with him.
I think the game is like a platformer, but regardless, I want that game boxed and put it on a shelf because it's Adam Sandler and that's funny.
He loves it too.
What'd the dog do? You know that dog's dead. That dog
Bro!
is dead.
Why?
Oh wait, yeah.
I'm sorry.
That's so sad.
I love dogs, but like that dog's dead.
You didn't have to point out the
God.
obvious.
Somebody had to say it. I'm sorry.
All right. I also
Where-
want to
where
say, because Game Boy Color, didn't. It took a while, but eventually came out. And it used similar hardware, but I feel like no one talks about the massive improvement the Game Boy Color was hardware-wise, like, oh my god.
Well, I just know about the backlight color.
Well,
In
I
a
know
better
that,
way.
but, like, if you look at, like, a Game Boy Color game compared to an OG Game Boy game, it is night and day in terms of, like, what those cartridges could do. It's nuts.
Did they have the newer? No, it was the advances that had different cartridges. They were still like squares, right?
Yeah, so yeah, they were still the Game Boy. They were still squares, but they were like translucent plastic now to show us for the color.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And then when it came to the GBA, that's when they became like the smaller rectangles.
Your mic's cutting out.
My bad.
You were saying?
Yeah, so it was transparent plastic for the Game Boy Color games, and then they became the smaller rectangles for the GBA.
Okay. It was still I'm trying to figure out some art then. I'm gonna look it up.
There was also some games like Kirby Tilt and Tumble that had a rumble pack. And they were massive cartridges.
Okay. Oh yeah, I see now. Speaking of, which one do you guys have a favorite the Game Boy Pokemon games? Which one did you like?
Ooh,
Out of the Game Boy Pokemon games,
Yeah, which was honestly just cartridge alone, which one was your favorite?
Hey,
probably
Caesar,
between Gen 1 and 2.
Caesar, do you mind if I start like a fire right now with Terrence?
Okay, yeah.
So okay. Easily hands down, Fire Red Leaf Green are better than the original Gen 1. But
Okay.
I think, personally, I had a better experience playing Gold and Silver and Crystal than I did playing Heart Gold and Soul Silver.
Alright,
I'm okay. I'm not saying Heart Gold and Soul Silver are bad games. For sure they are not. But I am saying I think the OGs were more fun for me.
how literally Heart Gold and Soul Silver are like the definitive ways to play.
But like,
They have better graphics. They have like everything. The sound, just the sound quality, everything. It's just better.
listen, there was
Every other
something
one.
about that original Game Boy Gold and Silver
It's
that
that
hit
charm,
so
man.
different, dude. They were also. I definitely. Maybe it's because of when I played both of these games. Actually, no, I played Heart Gold Soul Silver afterwards. Something about playing the original compared to the remakes, because I feel like the remakes definitely highlighted a lot of my original issues with Gen 2 as a whole. Because with more content means more time playing the game, which means more time seeing the issues. And it was obviously, it was my second run for Johto, so I've been there, done that. But the original, dude, there's such a charm. I don't know what it is. Like, I can't describe why I think it's better. But, like, playing that and then playing Heart Gold Soul Silver, I'm like, yes, Heart Gold Soul Silver, amazing games. Best part of Gen 4, hands down. Jesus Christ, I hate Diamond and Pearl. But, God, the original Gen 2, amazing games. They were such solid improvements on not only the original Red and Blue, used the hardware super well, but they were just fun.
I mean, at this point in time, the original Gold and Silver were going to like be the final games in the series. That's why they added the entirety of Kanto into the second game.
Listen, I don't know. Listen, I'm not going to sit here and bash Heart Gold Soul Silver, because they're not bad games by any means. I think they're some of the best in the whole franchise, but I just like Gold and Silver.
Everybody agrees on that. Heart Gold Soul Silver are literally like the best, most definitive Pokemon games.
All right.
Okay,
I want to let that out there. You can continue, Caesar.
I
Sorry.
gotta say something that I enjoyed more with is I didn't know this charm ever, but like when my friend he gave me his Pokemon Ruby, and bro, playing on a Game Boy, I played like Pokemon Black before I played Pokemon Ruby, but playing it on Game Boy was so much better for some reason.
Oh, I will. This one I will actually die on a hill for. I think like the best like, I have complete nostalgia bias for some games, but I think generally the best set of Pokemon games, like, generation, is Gen 3. Like, hands down.
Yeah.
I don't know. It had too much water.
I think Ruby, Sapphire, Emerald, Fire Red, Leaf Green are genuinely the best set of Pokemon games you could play. Like, I think those are, like, peak.
I'm thinking about the time I tried to get Pokemon Emerald, but it was so expensive.
Yeah.
Couldn't get it.
Yeah.
Okay, we can get back on.
Yeah.
Game Boy. Let's go to the next console.
Virtual Boy!
No, that's not even it. Is that the order? I thought that was after, like, between 64 and SNES.
I believe it was. I just wanted to throw that one out there.
Okay. Okay, but fun fact, the SNES, I think was my first console.
SNES was also my first console.
Yeah. Did you have your dad play it with you sometimes?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, as someone who's played way too many SNES games via just the copious amounts of in recent years, Nintendo providing us legal ways to play these games, like, actually,
Oh my God.
and I'm being honest, not me saying like, oh no, I was emulating. They're like legitimately playing all those games, legitimately. SNES, phenomenal library, phenomenal console.
Oh my God.
Like,
Absolutely some of my favorite games, to be honest, to this day.
bro, Mario 3. Or
So-
not Mario 3, Mario Worlds. that was embarrassing.
That's my
World-
favorite. Literally my favorite
Mario World's
2D
my favorite
Mario.
Mario game.
Dude, A Link to the Past, Super Metroid, it's the Star Fox games.
You guys played Mega Man X?
Oh my god, I love Mega Man X! Best Mega Man games. Oh my god.
Honestly,
SNES had so many just good games.
that's the first game I like took speedrunning in. So it
Dude,
was like
the Mega Man X games are the best games of the franchise. And I know that's people are like, yeah, I get it, but like, oh, they're so good. They're so good.
I love the
It's-
mechanics so much better in there.
Also, just saying, I think the best version of OG Mega... This has nothing to do with what we're talking about. The OG Mega Man, best version to play it, Genesis. No one ever talks about the Genesis
don't
version of
play-
Mega Man.
I don't play the Sega versions. I never had a Sega console or whatever.
No one ever talks
Versus-
about the Genesis Mega Man versions, like the Wily collection, but there's something about them so much better than OG Mega Man. That aside,
Remember-
SNES is amazing. No, hands down, amazing.
What other games were in SNES?
Oh my god, Kirby Superstar. Oh,
Oh, that one's fire.
Superstar Ultra was just better.
Obviously, I mean, but like that charm. Like, where's
no,
the
I will.
charm on this
Terrence,
thing?
I've already died on this hill before. I think OG Superstar is better than Ultra.
You have bad tastes already.
What do you mean? No. Okay, the gold silver one, that one I can't explain. I can't explain this one. The OG is just better in my opinion.
Okay, here's my thought on the matter. Nuh-uh.
I can't argue with that logic.
Exactly, I win.
Properly formed argument versus nuh-uh. Okay. Well, the game F-Zero. You guys play F-Zero?
I didn't care too much for F-Zero.
God damn it!
F-Zero's okay.
I'm waiting.
I don't
I'm waiting for a new game.
You're gonna keep waiting.
Yeah, you are the one F-Zero fan.
No, but it's something about the racing compared to Mario Kart. I loved it so much more. It was hard. Like, just even getting into it, so I was like, yo, this shit
I
is
will say,
fire.
I have more fun playing F-Zero than Mario Kart. But I never really never got into it.
You guys are psychopaths.
Honestly, it's so much harder to, or like, I don't know about the SNES one. I didn't play that one that much, but just playing it, it's so much different from Mario Party. Like, I'd rather play Mario Party, or not Mario Party, Mario Kart, as in like with a party. But if I'm alone playing solo, I'd rather play F-Zero.
Oh, 100%. That I can agree on, 100%. F-Zero over Mario Kart, like a single, yeah.
And No, so matter of fact, if you die in F-Zero, you just die.
Yeah, no, yeah, you just die. You just die.
It's game over.
Yeah.
I'm trying to.
Alright,
Is there any other
we
SNES
already
games
talked
I'm
about-
missing?
We talked about Punch-Out already. I didn't play the Punch-Out in SNES, to be honest.
Do not recommend. I do not recommend.
I know history about it, especially for speedrunning and all the characters.
Yeah,
Something.
yeah. Punch-Out speedruns are awesome. Like whole franchise. I
Oh my God.
I love speedruns of the whole franchise.
Fucking playing the games blindfolded is possible is astonishing to me.
Those
You know-
runs are so impressive. I saw the blindfolded
Summoning
run. They're crazy.
Okay. I learned everything. Oh yeah, the Mario Kart and the Mario Kart and SNES wasn't that great, was it?
No.
That was the first one.
Yeah.
It was that
Yeah,
then Game Boy. I
Mario
think,
Kart
or no?
SNES was good.
It wasn't it's the first one, so you gotta give it slack.
It was good.
I heard mixed things about it.
I don't really care for the original, but that's just more because of how like items and coins are laid out, because they're just like flat on the ground instead of like in front of you, visible. And that's my big issue, because it's like that's the chaos of Mario Kart, but it's so hard to tell but it's also the original, so
they didn't have like any 3D effects, I feel like. So everything you saw was more of just like a 2.5D, I guess.
do believe, I don't know if I'm right, I do believe they do partially use the Super Effects chip in Mario Kart, and it's just like the pan shot when you start a level. When you start a race, that's like I do believe that uses some extra technology in the SNES. Don't quote me on that, but I believe there's something along those lines.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, you already mentioned it, but Metroid, yeah, I love that one.
Super Metroid, so
it's definitely
good.
so much different. It's such a big jump to the first one.
It's a very much needed and good though. Like, oh.
Can't stress it.
Listen, all it took was one run of Super Metroid for me to get hooked on Metroid and play 4 other games. Like, that's all it took, was one run of Super Metroid.
I've been hooked from the beginning.
I played that, then I played Dread, then I played Fusion, then I played
I'm
I'm so
Kong.
glad they added Fusion. Oh yeah.
Oh my God, Donkey Kong Country. Yeah, that was SNES.
I love Donkey Kong Country.
I never played 3 and like beat it, but I've beaten 1 and 2.
Not Terrence. Not yet. Have you beaten Donkey Kong Country 3?
Not yet.
Not yet.
But I beat 3.
We have beaten 1 and 2.
Was it King K. Rool's theme, the funny one?
Oh,
playing Galleon, yeah.
Yeah, I remember like one time I lost it and I looked in between my couch cushions and just found it. I don't know why, that's my oldest memory as a kid.
It's a good memory.
You just get happy now I can play Donkey Kong.
Okay, what? I'm trying to think. What came next? Was it
Earthbound? I didn't play that one, but
I also did not touch Earthbound.
Heard's good.
I love Earthbound.
I saw videos of it. It looks very charming.
I'm a Mother 3 kind of guy.
Mother 3 when I will die on the hill. Mother 3 will eventually come to the US.
Man, I have an SNES. It's one of the only consoles I'm keeping for my life, and I feel like I gotta collect every. No way, but Earthbound is like so expensive.
Oh my God! If you want that one, good luck. That game is
I gotta
brutal.
buy like the SNES remake.
Yeah, the OG Earthbound is brutal to get for collectors.
Yeah, so was Mega Man X, but like the second game is like. Oh, I don't even want to talk about it. Definitely hundreds of dollars. Do you guys play Street Fighter? on
Ooh,
SNES.
ooh! You just brought back some
There's a lot of
memories.
Street Fighters.
Those are good.
And also all the fighting games like Killer Instinct and Mortal Kombat.
Yeah, those are really good on SNES.
Yeah. That's also the one thing like I can talk to my dad about was Street Fighter. I don't remember who he used, but I was definitely a Ryu guy.
I don't remember who I always used when I was younger.
It seemed like I don't know. Would you use it? I don't know if you use a female character or Guile.
I picked one of the. I don't remember which one I used to always play, but the one I remember always playing, I would just pick all the big buff ones. Whoever was like just massive hitboxes, I would always play. Just in general.
The Russian dude or Brazilian, I don't remember what they got it.
Like all of the big bulky hitboxes, those were my go-tos. I don't really have a preference for one. I just picked whichever one just looked bigger to me at the time.
I'm thinking of the big dude, the Russian dude with the big fake chest hairs. Zangief.
Oh, yes. I know who you're talking about.
Wrestles, he's a grappler.
Yeah.
Yeah, him. But yeah.
I'm back.
Oh.
What'd I miss?
Street Fighter.
Street Fighter.
Ooh, I love Street Fighter.
What do you play?
I haven't played in a while, but my favorite character to play probably Blanca.
Oh.
I like Blanca. Either that or Ken. I like Ken.
Okay, yeah, I've seen you as a Ken guy, but not Blanca.
I like Blanca.
What came out next? Was it G? It wasn't GB at first. It was in 64, right?
It was Virtual Boy.
Oh, we actually are talking about that. I was just joking about that.
I don't know.
Anyways, the only good game on Virtual Boy is
I saw one video on Virtual Boy. Like, no, there was a boxing style game that was actually looked pretty good.
Mario Tennis on Virtual Boy actually worked really well, surprisingly.
I saw that one video on Angry Video Game there. That's how I know it.
Okay, besides the Virtual Boy.
That's it. Yeah, I don't think I'll ever own that.
Yeah. What I want to say it was N64 first.
Yeah, I think so.
We're talking about N64. Mario 64. The best game on 64.
I've played through that 3 times, and I've played through both the OG and then the Shindo version, so...
I've beaten the DS version. I've never beaten the 64 version.
I've beaten it, but I never gotten all 120 stars, and I really want to do that.
I've done it 3 times now, Caesar. I can tell you, it is an experience.
But I'll say though, I didn't use the right controller. I used this, Retrobit, how they remake controllers. I used their ones that made it look like an actual controller and a good joystick.
I mean, to be honest, I don't think it's so hard for me to sit down and choose to use an N64 controller. If you have other options, I'm always going for another option besides the freaking N64 controller.
Fighting over the good controller with your brothers or siblings.
How do you hold the N64 controller?
The two sides. We do not touch the middle one.
The middle one is how you play.
Exactly.
No, I'm not
That's not. Hey, there's 2 different types of people. People who played Mario 64 and everyone else who does whatever else they do.
Yeah, I'm everyone else. I will be a sheep. I grab it by the 2 ends. I don't grab it in the middle.
Well, you can't move as Mario with that thing that controls camera.
I don't care. I'll I
don't.
Other than 64 Mario, honestly, I didn't play that much Mario 64 or 64 in general.
GoldenEye, 007. Amazing game.
Yeah.
Amazing game.
Only played it on N64 online on the Switch.
The multiplayer was so stupidly fun, though.
It's dumb, but it's funny.
You can't forget about Rare and the games they produced for that bad boy.
Banjo-Kazooie.
Banjo, Conquer,
Oh.
DK64.
Okay, I know. Like,
And then there's
N64,
Chunky.
like
He's dead.
online. What if they actually give us Conker's Bad Fur Day on the Switch?
I
I know it would never happen, but like, what if?
want to say the most mature game Nintendo has put out on that thing was like E12.
Like, Conker's probably like the worst thing they produced. Like, because they had actual swears and stuff in it.
I find it silly.
Wait, even though it wasn't that bad. Like,
Man,
swear-wise.
as a kid, I didn't even read dialogue. I couldn't read.
Well, it was voice
I'm
acted.
real.
It was voice acted.
Oh.
But it did have beeps with the swears, so.
They did also, let's not forget, they did also make promo condoms for the fucking game, and I think that is hilarious.
No, not the Conker condom.
Dude, E3 that year would have been so lit. Conquer condoms, Conquer beer mugs. Like, come on. Come on.
No, that's actually a fire marketing strategy.
They had like I believe they had like, not an open bar, but they had like a bar. You had to ID to get into the Conquer booth. They were handing out Conquer condoms with his face on it.
Alright, guys, I hate to be a buzzkill, but I must go.
Okay.
Don't worry, we'll carry on.
Leave. Yeah, please carry on. The torch must go on.
Don't worry, I'll make sure everyone knows that the original Gold and Silver is better than Heart Gold and Soul Silver, because that's your opinion and not mine.
You'll be dead by the end of the match. Anyway, bye everybody. Don't subscribe to True Blue anymore.
I was kidding. I love Heart Gold Soul Silver.
Hey.
Best Pokemon games, period.
Alright, subscribe to True Blue. Bye.
Okay.
Anyway, I think Heart Gold and Soul Silver. No, I'm just not gonna. OG Smash Brothers. OG Smash Brothers. That was 64.
Oh my god. It's so weird comparing. I played Melee first,
Yeah.
so going back to that, it's so.
No, so my first experience with Smash 64, I had played literally every game. Ultimate was already out. I've played Ultimate, the Wii U, Wii, Melee. Like, I played all of them. And then I played 64 at the end, and I was like, bro, whoa. Whoa.
It doesn't feel real.
It's weird, but I like it. I think it's charming.
Obviously. Yeah, I had a lot of my fun playing Kirby, not realizing he was the best character in the game.
It's super unbalanced. Like, that game is not even remotely close.
Man,
Fun
we
fact,
had,
you know almost
what,
every
12
region
characters?
has a slightly different version of Smash 64.
I didn't. Actually, yeah, I kind of did, because I know Melee does.
Well, no, it's even more different in 64 than Melee's.
Well, I guess not.
They have more. So basically, each release, obviously they're like months apart. Each release basically was another patch. So like,
Yeah, I know that.
by the last one, the gameplay was like so much more balanced and polished compared to the original releases. It was literally night and day.
Yeah, I know what you mean. That's the exact same thing that they did for Melee, so that's how I assumed.
I mean, to my understanding with how Melee did it, they still had the patches, but it was to a lesser extent where it was less noticeable. Like,
I mean, yeah, they had it was like less time between.
yeah, it was like less like frames and all that, like quicker and yeah. I'm trying to think what other games were on 64.
Maybe
I just
Kirby.
looked up. I'm
Kirby,
so
the mixed
stupid.
match.
I looked up and I just saw my Zelda Majora's Mask poster.
Oh my god, the Zelda games. I remember I remember legally playing that on a mobile device. Yes, yes, I remember playing that.
Oh yeah, the mobile port of Majora's Mask. I love the
Of
mobile
course.
port. It was so good.
No, I'm saying on my phone.
Yeah. Okay. Ocarina of Time, Majora's Mask, both amazing games. Like no contest. Both great.
I gotta say, there's one game I like better than them, but I'll get to that later.
What from Zelda?
I think, yeah,
Yeah.
you can maybe assume what it is, but keep it a little secret. I didn't play Fox, or what do you call it?
Star
What was it?
Fox.
Star Fox, yeah, or Yoshi's Story on there.
As someone who goes by True Blue and his mascot is Yoshi, I will say Yoshi's Story is kind of mid. It's pretty mid. I will say though, Star Fox 64.
Wait, wasn't that SNES first?
Yeah, Star Fox 1 and 2 were SNES.
Oh my god, I forgot about Doom.
Oh yeah, Doom.
But you ever see that documentary about how Star Fox was made? It was originally when like this programmer just hacked into the hardware of like the SNES, and he found a way to like make 3D effects. And Nintendo, instead of suing them, was like, let's get a business meeting.
Really? I didn't know that.
Yeah, something like that along the lines.
Is this
And he
is
worked
this
in
one of those
Japan.
Netflix documentaries I can watch?
Yeah, yeah.
What's
It
it
is.
called?
I think it's
I'm gonna add it to
it's
like my
high level or high
Alright.
score,
All right.
because they do videos on like Magic, Doom, and yeah, obviously Star Fox and Pac-Man.
Oh. I'm 99% confident I saw the Pac-Man one.
Oh, okay. Yeah, so I learned about that, but I didn't play Star Fox. Didn't have that in my dad's library, so never played it.
I will say, Star Fox, like the OG ones, I was like, they're kind of mid. Star Fox 64 and its various remakes and totally not just rebranding the same damn game and saying it's a new one. I think it's great. Like, I think it's a really good game. I don't know the majority consensus on Star Fox 64 and you know, but I will say in my opinion it's just a good game. Like, had fun with it.
What about the Pokemon games? I know they had Pokemon Stadium.
Oh, you just opened a can't. Oh, dude, you don't want to know. It's who. I went on VC with Terrence because they just added Pokemon Stadium 2 to N64 online.
Mm-hmm.
I was talking with Terrence. That was a half hour
Oh,
of
yeah,
his
I
life
was
he is
watching-
not getting back.
I remember when I visited you. I remember seeing that game.
So
Yeah,
I know
on the
I
side.
absolutely love Pokemon Stadium 1. It is a phenomenal game. Pokemon Stadium 2 takes what Pokemon Stadium 1 did and just makes it a slap in the fucking face. Oh my god, that game is so much more brutal. I don't know if I just had bad RNG for like 4 hours straight, but the computers in that game, so much smarter. The rental Pokemon, so much worse. They're more balanced. By extent, you don't have coverage, while the AI Pokemon remain the same kind of way in Stadium 1, so you're dealing with you just gotta outplay AI that is just always, it's always ahead of the game. They always got moves for everything. Like, oh my god. Also, it doesn't help that because it's Gen 2 and you're adding all the Gen 2 Pokemon, and you're restricted to a lot of other Pokemon, the AI will get access to like the best of the best with all the best moves of the time, and then you're kind of stuck with like, well, here's an Abra or like an Alakazam with no psychic moves, or a Gengar that literally cannot hit normal types. I have a lot to say. I'm not gonna turn this into me ranting about Pokemon Stadium 2 and how much I love Stadium 1 and that's so much better. But yeah. I'm gonna leave it. I'm gonna
no.
leave it there because that's all.
Oh, did you play Diddy Racing on the 64?
I've never touched Diddy Kong Racing.
I have so many vague memories of 64 because I remember I used to have my cousin live in my second floor apartment, and from there I used to visit him and just play 64 games.
I know like the whole thing with Diddy Kong Racing, like how it was designed, what was gonna happen with like sequels. But the one thing I remember so vividly is, have you seen the Diddy Kong Racing like a CD disc?
A CD disc?
They released like the OST, of course, right?
Okay.
It wasn't actually a CD though. Obviously all CDs are like the same shape, the work and everything. This CD is the shape of Diddy Kong.
What?
Just take a look.
Okay.
So it doesn't work in most CD players.
I can see why.
It physically does not work in like 99% of CD players.
So what did it work in?
Like a few things that came out during the 90s, like very few. Like it had to be a massive
so
CD
funny to
player
look
to
at.
actually load all of the music. They also did it for Yoshi's Story. Yoshi's Story also had one in the shape of Yoshi's head, and it
I was gonna say, is it a cutout of Yoshi too?
Yeah. They haven't done it since because, they don't work.
Obvious reasons. You collecting them? How much would they cost?
They go for a lot because they were limited release. No one wants them, but at the same time, they become like collector's items because they're so goofy. So trying to find one that wasn't like beat the fuck up in the attempt of trying to get it to work. You can find them online, but 99% of them, they just don't work, period, because they were slammed into every device trying to get it to play some music, but it just didn't work.
And there's, oh my god, there's like almost no way to repair them.
Yeah. Because they're not normal CDs, and so you literally have to take like special care of them.
Oh, what about the cartridges alone for the 64? I thought they were okay. Like, they didn't have end labels, but they were still, like, memorable.
Yeah. I don't have much to say on 64 cartridges. Like, I don't have much to say. I will say one thing I really loved about the N64 was if you put in the cartridge, the art on the cartridge was facing you while playing, and I always loved that. Mm-hmm. It's such a little thing, but I don't know, something about it just popped.
Charm, man. That's all about the cartridge. That's why we like the Famicom, and you can see the cartridge.
Yeah.
Instead of hiding it away in a little box.
Can't forget about the infamous disk drive. Mario 64 and porn magazines. The 90s were a time.
What? I didn't know about that.
So, okay, do you want to hear Miyamoto's grand masterpiece?
Sure.
When the disc drive came out, they were working on a new version of Mario 64 with like playable Luigi and some other stuff. And it was disc drive. And so they want to make it seem more mature. So Miyamoto, my boy Shigeru, went to Playboy, and in Playboy magazines with like all of the naked people, there was just like there's pages of him just going, "New Mario coming soon," and it just never came out. And it's like a real thing. Like there's like it's a real thing. I wish I was kidding. They also promoted it in other ways, and they're just like it's gonna be violent. It's gonna be and just nothing. Nothing came to show of it. But yeah.
Now, what if we actually had a Mario like that?
If we had Mario after he was promoted on the Playboy magazine, but you can now play as Luigi in Mario 64, and that's your game. The 90s were a time. They were a time.
I'm gonna have to form a complaint in Mario headquarters, or not Mario, Nintendo headquarters, and ask why was this a thing. Headquarters. Yeah, I need Mario headquarters. Where were they in Mario movie? New York?
Yeah, they were
I'll
in
go there right
Brooklyn.
now. I got nothing else for 64.
GBA goated, just hands
Oh,
down
let's
goated.
go. Bro, and now after talking about it, I really want to play my Game Boy Advance. I really want to just play Ruby.
Here's
It's
my
so
thing:
fun.
is there's something about the GBA games that it's like, okay, the licensed games, regardless of their quality, they still end up being fun. Third party games, still amazing. Look at Sonic Advance. Oh my
Mhm.
god, that trilogy is amazing.
Play that. I played that. I played Knuckles.
Dude, I always played Cream. Sonic Advance 2 and 3 Cream all the way.
And there was the Chow Garden in the game, and I didn't even know about it.
Yes.
Small things, man. I played Adventures Battle 2 before it, so
Oh,
I didn't know they had a
Sonic,
Chow Garden in it.
yeah, the battle one, yeah, the fighting one.
Yeah, so I didn't realize the Chow Garden was in that one too. So that
What
made
else
it
came
even
out?
more.
Amazing Mirror, amazing game,
Oh, yeah.
underrated
Kirby.
masterpiece.
I'm thinking about Kirby becoming UFO now.
Zelda games on that console, amazing.
I don't think I played the Zelda games in there. And I wanted to play Metroid, but those are
Oh
expensive.
yeah. You never played Minish Cap?
I don't think so.
Damn, it's really good. Like Minish Cap and Metroid on GBA, amazing.
There's probably a lot of titles I'm missing. Because for Game Boy games, a lot of them, since it was the affordable console, it's just all like you buy the affordable games.
Yeah, yeah.
And I got mine. I bought mine at Games to Gold. I don't know if I can say that, but the local place. I bought it when I was in a Smash tournament because I just wanted one so bad after having one for my friend. I bought it for $50, and I can only see it be so much money now.
Yeah.
Um. Oh yeah, the SNES games that were ported onto there, like Mario World. You get to play as Luigi.
Oh, yeah, we're gonna talk about the NES Classics collection.
Yeah.
That it was weird. It was. I think it was weird at the time thinking about it, and I think it's weird looking back how by that point, technology advanced to the point they're just porting these 8-bit games that were like the peak of the hardware at the time to this thing like it's nothing. Like they were just cranking those bad boys out.
Yeah.
Also, I don't know if it's just because it's a smaller screen, but Zelda on Game Boy Advance, like actually, is the only
Mhm.
way I can play that game.
Mm.
The OG Zelda, like something about it on Game Boy Advance, it just feels better to me.
Again, I didn't play it, so.
Honestly, keep it that way. It's still not a good game. Oh, and who doesn't love the e-reader? Connect the
What's
e-reader
that?
to one Game Boy Advance, then connect the Game Boy Advance
Oh,
to that, and then swipe a card to unlock such minuscule little details. Oh, who doesn't love the e-reader?
I didn't use it, but I definitely know about it. Now I'm thinking of what do you call it? There was the what do you call the Game Genie? When you like hack into the
Yeah,
certain
yeah, yeah.
consoles?
Game Genie,
Think of
Yeah,
that.
yeah. I remember the Game Genie.
What else was there in Game Boy? There's so much, but I think of it. There was a lot of just. There's a lot of games on
There's
there,
a
but
lot of games, but there's none I can say that are bad. Like, there's none I'm like, oh, that
yeah.
game sucked. Like, no, they're all good.
Now, I can say some. I didn't like. I had a Harry Potter Game Boy game. That one was boring as hell to me.
Yeah, gotta love the
And I love Harry
licensed
Potter.
games.
Of course. It was like an RPG game.
Yeah, it makes sense with the franchise.
Oh, Fire Emblem.
Oh yeah, they had a Game Boy game.
I
Game.
bought I bought Binding Blade because it had Roy in it.
Mm-hmm.
I played it for a bit. I didn't beat it, but like I needed it.
You don't like it?
I mean, I don't really play too many RPG games. I don't know if you count that one as one, but
It's still RPG.
I mean,
It's just the gameplay is like more tactics and all that.
yeah. I mean, I liked it. I just again not my type, but I played it enough to say like it's not bad. It's
I
not my
had fun.
style.
I haven't beaten it yet, but I've had fun playing it.
Mm-hmm.
I just realized the next console's the GameCube, and I'm like, oh god, there's too many.
It goes, and after this, it just goes deeper.
My brain immediately, I just like thought about it. I was like, oh, the GameCube. I was like, oh my god, the peak Nintendo era. Jesus Christ.
Nah, actually, okay. No, I'm trying to figure out if there's anything on Game Boy. What about the was Mario and Luigi in Game Boy Advance?
Yeah, Superstar Saga. That's where it started.
Okay.
Mario and Luigi Superstar Saga, GBA baby, amazing game.
I'm looking at this. Mario versus Donkey Kong. I played a DS version. I played a Game Boy version.
Oh yeah, I feel like not a lot of people
silly.
talk about it. It's still good. They're still good games.
So good, so good.
It's so good.
But yeah, I'm done with Game Boy Advance. All right, now break the ice. What was your favorite thing about the GameCube?
Ooh, man.
I have like 50.
Dude, like, amazing library. I love the console itself, the little square. The controller, perfect.
That's probably my favorite thing about it. I use the controller to this day for anything.
Oh my god, if the game has GameCube controller support, I use it. Like, if I'm playing a game and it's like, yeah, you can use a GameCube controller, plugging that bad boy in immediately. Ugh. We got Pikmin. Love
I didn't play Pikmin. I know some people who love Pikmin, but I didn't play it.
Oh my god, I have been addicted to that game for too long now. Sunshine, amazing. Wind Waker,
my
amazing.
favorite. My favorite Zelda and Mario game, bro. And I guess Metroid Prime. Oh my god.
Oh my god, I forgot Metroid Prime was also GameCube.
I was scared of that game growing up. I play it for like a couple minutes and I just turn it off because I'm too scared.
Oh, speaking of which, Luigi's Mansion. That was a GameCube launch title.
Oh my god. That was... It's such a weird launch title, but it worked. At least it worked for me.
It was definitely a strange launch title for sure, but like, it was also just an amazing game. Oh, Mario Strikers.
My favorite.
That started on GameCube. That was GameCube.
It's my game changer.
Can't forget about Melee.
And then... Okay, we're going really in deep. We gotta slow down. We gotta talk one by one because everything is okay. First off, Melee. I still play it to this day. Yeah, I don't know if you know about my competitive.
I do.
Lore about that
We've
game.
talked about it before.
Yeah, and
I don't think we've discussed it on the channel, but I have talked about it with you before.
Okay. I would play the more of it if like the tournaments were more like. If I had more local, like I can do online, but they didn't have the same charm.
I don't know if this is because my GameCube controllers aren't OGs. Like I have like the one they made for like Wii U and shit. I don't know if the originals also have this issue, but playing Melee specifically, only Melee. Well, actually some other GameCube games that I have, but something about Melee, the controller vibrates so much I physically can't keep playing that game because my hands start shaking because the rumble is so strong.
I would turn off rumble.
I know that's obviously a thing, but like I like need the rumble. It just makes me feel good playing with it. But like it's just too strong sometimes. I don't know. Like I need the rumble, but at the same time, I just that game just I feel like uses too much of it on the GameCube. I don't know.
But yeah, no, yeah. Most of the games when I played on GameCube, I turned off Rumble. But dude, yeah, I think after SNES, the GameCube was my first console. Okay. So yeah, Wind Waker was my favorite.
It's a very good game. Oh, very good.
It was one of the first Zelda games I beat too, so I never had a full experience with Majora's Mask and Ocarina of Time. And I also the art style, man. I can't stress that. I love the art style.
Don't get me started on when they
really.
ported it to Wii U and it was beautiful.
I do know about it, but I never completely played it. I know
Like
a lot about Wind
they're
Waker.
they're basically the same game, but
No, there was a lot of like quality of life
yeah.
changes on the.
But what,
on
you
there.
just look looking at the Wii U version. It's just so beautiful. Like it just looks so good.
It is.
That art style
HD,
really is just it's such a nice coat of paint really for Zelda.
Mm-hmm.
Especially when Twilight Princess was the thing they were working on.
Oh yeah.
That did technically come out on GameCube. It was dual release.
It was like it's like how what Breath of the Wild did. They did dual release.
Funny enough, more. Not even Wii U sales, because no one bought the Wii U version. Like Switch copies alone at one point sold more than the Switch for Breath of the Wild.
I bought the Breath of the Wild. No, because you know why? Because no one could buy a Switch, so we just buy the game and just wait a couple months.
No, but it stayed like that. Like there was more copies of Breath of the Wild sold than there were Switches.
Yeah, they didn't make.
And the Wii U version barely
Switches.
sold.
Okay. Okay, now let's go back to GameCube. But Mario Kart Double Dash.
Oh my god! Like the only Mario Kart game that I can like religiously play.
Really? Dude, I love that one. What was your combo?
I mean, I'm based Yoshi Birdo.
Okay.
I'm pretty based Yoshi Birdo.
I either did the Luigi's or like I started using Bowser Jr. a lot in games like Mario Kart and Mario Strikers. I like using Bowser Jr. But I found that the train's the best car in the game, so I used that. I was based. Trying to be the best.
I mean, if you want to talk about a racing game, Kirby Air Ride exists.
Oh! I actually just made so much noise. No, I think I bought that game like 3 times in my lifetime. Either breaks or I lose it.
I do not own Kirby Air Ride physically. I've only played at friends' houses, and it upsets me to this day that I don't own it myself.
It is so fun.
It's so good. It's such a good game. It's such a good game.
Like, City Trials is actually like the funnest concept I ever played.
It's very good.
I need more of it. Maybe that's the remake I should be waiting for. Even though they only made one and that's it.
One day.
One day.
All right, so we're at like 58 minutes now. Oh, we can keep going, obviously, but is there any of the consoles that we haven't gotten to yet that you want to like talk about?
Honestly, the Wii and that's it. Like we all played Wii U and Switch. We all have our express opinions about it. I guess I just want to talk about Wii now then, because it's literally just a lot of ports that were just became better, more better than I thought.
Pikmin.
Okay.
Pikmin 1 and 2 on Wii.
One thing I didn't like actually no, I'm lying. Okay, Smash Brawl.
Love that game.
You play that? Subspace Emissary? That was called?
Yeah, the best campaign known to Nintendo history.
It's so crazy. they didn't have to go so hard for it, and it's
And then
known as like
Sonic
one of the
saves the
worst games.
Nintendo universe at the end. I love
You know why he was there at the end?
because he was literally delayed the game. Like,
Yeah, there's like they were just like, yeah, never mind. Can we get Sonic in the game? So we made him show up randomly. It was crazy, crazy time, man.
that like 8-month delay was worth it. Was worth it.
And what else? Mario Kart Wii.
I don't really have much to say on Mario Kart Wii, I'll be honest.
I have everything to say. I played it so much. I always had I played Luigi and the Mach Bike. That was apparently one of the best combos,
Yeah, yeah.
but then I started using Daisy for obvious reasons.
Even before I knew about the whole speedrunning scene in Mario Kart Wii, like, just when I was younger, I always picked Funky Kong because he was funny.
Oh, I wish Funky Kong was more of a character. He is just funky.
He's funky, and I love him. That's all he needs. That's all he needs in life. He's just a little funky guy, and I love him.
I remember, like, and then years later, my brother downloaded custom maps, and we played that too.
Oh, yeah. Yeah,
He's entering a new era.
the homebrew channel.
Yeah, no, literally, as we did, and then you got everything. That's how we got into modding for Brawl. So we played Project M. Yeah, that was also peak.
It's a shame that in 2022 all the Wii's exploded.
Dude, I've always had a dream to like make some type of Wii, but like you can use like I don't know 40-30% of the Wii's motherboard and it'd still be functioning. You just cut it out straight up. And
Yeah, it's very weird technology.
It's weirdly flexible for Nintendo not wanting it to be flexible.
God, this video hasn't come out yet. I'm working on. I played through Skylander Spyro's Adventure on the Wii.
Okay.
My Wii cursor was having a hard time. I pointed it because the sun was blaring through my window, and it worked. It worked. I literally played a motion control minigame with the fucking Wiimote pointed at my window. The Wii is so weird.
Works, right?
It worked. No, it did work. It 100% worked.
No, but do you know how the sensor works?
Oh, yeah,
plug it in.
No, I've done the whole like candle thing. Like, no, I know how it works.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Shit, I didn't know that as a kid. I think it would have saved me so much time.
I also love the nunchuck, like holding a nunchuck.
It was
the analog stick.
Strangely accurate, dude. When they had the shake motion for nunchuck, I was so dumbfounded. I was like, "Wait, this thing can move?" Also, did you know that you can replace a nunchuck joystick with the GameCube one, vice versa?
I did not know that.
It's just a longer stick. Yeah, my brother did it.
Oh, cool. I'll have to try that. I mean, if we're going to talk about the Wii, there's only one game I think we should talk about. That's Wii Sports.
Oh my god. Dude, I played baseball with him, my brother, and the junkie.
Dude, but boxing was my thing, dude.
Now I'm thinking of Matt kicking my ass.
Fun fact, I have almost broken both my nunchucks with how hard I am punching while playing Wii boxing, and that is not a joke. I have 2 nunchucks, both of the wires are like hanging on by a thread because of me playing boxing.
Uh-huh.
And who doesn't love all the Waggle collections on the Wii?
Bro,
the motion control frenzy.
Do you ever have some accessories like the foam bat for Wii Sports?
Yeah, I have the steering wheel.
Wait, I had that. Oh yeah. I played Mario Sluggers, bro. At the end, that thing like had a bite mark off of it. I don't know how. I don't know who ate it. I gotta find them.
Spit it out. Put it back.
Speaking of, the Mario sports like strikers and
Oh
sluggers.
they were so good. I
I
love
learned
those games.
baseball through that game.
Yeah.
And again with Mario Strikers, I beat the game again like not even a year ago.
It's good. Like it's just good.
I have too much fun with it. I like and like when I was growing up, I like buy games off of like a flea market. And this I don't even know where it was from. My dad would just take us somewhere and come out with the game. I had Mario Strikers one time. This is the best purchase of my life.
I'll never forget when I bought Brawl. It was so. This was like so weird. I had been looking for that game for a few months at this point. I never like found it like in person. I went to. It's not even like a store that's open anymore. Like it was this small like rundown building, a lot of random shit everywhere. And the
No,
back.
I think I know what you mean. That's like the flea market I kind of had.
In the back corner, they had like a wall of like technology. It was like the only thing that like looked clean. And they had some random stuff, whatever. And in the corner of my eye, I like saw something. I was like, "That was that like the new Mario
That ain't
Party?"
it.
And I looked at it closer because I saw Mario. And I was like, "That's Smash Brawl." I like ran to like the nearest worker who was on the other side of the freaking store because there's no workers there because no one. It was weird. But I got Brawl. Definitely thought I was gonna die that day, but it was worth it. Got Brawl.
I forgot where I got mine from. I just got it from GameStop or something.
With that being said, I'm gonna wrap up here. But is there anything you want to say?
Okay. Bro. Honestly, I miss the old Nintendo. I miss these old consoles.
I miss when my controllers didn't cost $80 and still didn't function.
No, literally. Oh my god, there's so many third-party controllers too.
And they're all so much better.
A little bit. But yeah.
All right, well, thank you so much for joining me today, Caesar.
Yeah, no problem. Thank
It
you
was
for
fun not only
hosting
catching
this.
up with you beforehand a little, but also just getting to talk about some consoles.
Mhm. Yeah, I'm gonna go on a huge craze playing some old Nintendo games now.
I think
I'm gonna charge my Game Boy.
I think at some point we're just gonna have to do console by console, topic by topic. You know?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, the
There's so
Virtual
much
Boy
I gotta say.
podcast.
No. I get headaches so easily from VR. I can't think about what Virtual Boy would do to me.
Okay, so imagine that, but everything's red.
Red.
It is
I know.
piercing red. Like it's not like red. I mean it's like in going into your eye socket. It is stabbing you.
It's like playing Game Boy, but instead of green and black, it's just red and black.
Like,
That's what I feel
yeah,
like.
but the green isn't stabbing you. Like the Game Boy isn't stabbing you in the
That's
eyes. The
true.
Virtual Boy is. I swear to God.
Front and center. Okay, we're getting off topic, but that's all I got.
Anyway, thank you again. And to everyone who made it this far, thank you all so much for watching. Please remember to share and subscribe. We'll see you all next time. Have a lovely day, everyone.
Love you.